Salute, salute. Salute to God, the Most High, the creator of everything. Salute to all my day ones. Salute to the new subscribers. If you're just not coming in, stumbling across my little itty bitty little local platform, I always have to add, but we growing though. I thank you for stumbling across. Wipe your feet all on the uncut welcome mat. The bottom of your shoes muddy. Wipe them all on that uncut welcome mat as you come in. You know what I'm saying? Clean your feet off, ladies and gentlemen. Hit that subscribe button, notification bell, share this video, share the experience. Trolls, y'all know how it go. Only God and your mom and a few select weird people can love you, but thank God somebody do. And last but not least, I'm gonna spin around like a little kid. Last but not least, y'all know what time it is, man. Huh? One time. Yeah. I say one time. Yeah, I say one time. We ain't talking about the po-po, although we finna talk about the po-po. You know what I'm saying? I want to say one time to the Uncut Squad, one time to the Gifted Family, one time to my sister J Stars, putting the spiritual smackdown on YouTube and TikTok. Y'all go subscribe, J Stars with two Z's. And we got to give God his two salutes for waking us up and getting us through the day, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about it. What you see here is a failure of law enforcement to communicate. That's what this is. This is a communication issue. Now, sure, this might be old news by now, but it's still new news to me until the old news is updated. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got to explain what's going on. I'm talking in circles. I'm sounding like Kamala Harris. I know, word salads. Let me explain. By now, we all know what Rodney Hinton Jr. did and why. Okay? We are all aware of what he did to Deputy Larry Henderson. Okay? But what I don't understand is, even though I know what he did, looking at his charges, I still don't know what he did. Does that make sense? We know what he did. We have saw whatever they showed us. We've heard about it, read on it. Yep. We know what he did. Yeah. But looking at his charges, I still wonder what he did because it just don't add up. Like you said, okay, there was an account 2 days after that accident of a eyewitness by the name of LaShawn Henderson coming out on her Facebook page and making various posts. And she actually had other eyewitnesses concurring what she was saying, ladies and gentlemen. Now the page is wiped clean. No one has heard from her. She even said that there was an older lady about 70 years old who was driving. She was hysterical. She kept trying to grab her and pray. She was blacking out, all of this stuff, right? This is a true witness account. A graduation at the University of Cincinnati is going on. How many different witnesses could there be? Because where I'm from, everybody invite family members and friends and everyone to their graduations. It's like inviting people to church. It's going to be a big congregation if everybody invites somebody. So it had to be lots of eyes around, right? So we're going to forget this witness account and we're going to focus on the charges right now because these charges are bringing me back to that witness account. Like I said, by now, everyone knows what he did, but looking at his charges, I'm still wondering what he done. Okay? Rodney Hinton Jr. was initially charged with one count of aggravated murder. Initially charged with one count of aggravated murder. One count. 2 days later, it was said that the 70-year-old lady had died. This came from the witness account of LaShawn Hankerson, I believe her name was. LaShawn Hankerson. She referenced the lady. She referenced Rodney in the passenger seat. And she said that these people are using him for an scapegoat. All right. Now, the grand jury has indicted him on a second charge of aggravated. I'm gonna say N word, y'all. Read wrong. Spell the N word backwards. And additional charges of unaliving people, plus 2 counts of felonious assault. So there's 2 counts of aggravated unaliving and 2 counts of felonious assault. Only question I can think of logically is where's the second body? Who was the second unaliving? Or who is he covering for? Or why are they trumping up his charges just for for the death of one officer? Understand he was initially charged with 1 count of aggravated unaliving, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all know we can't say the M word on here. Go back and go to Taylor House Publishing and look at the eyewitness account. Go to brother Richard Taylor, and he did a video on the eyewitness account. He has the pictures of the Facebook post there. No one's releasing video footage. No one's talking to these eyewitnesses, and there had to be many and plenty, ladies and gentlemen. So I believe that this is a shifting narrative right here. Something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Fish ain't the only thing they frying with this cooking oil. Something ain't right here. Now the grand jury has indicted him on a second charge of aggravated unaliving, additional charges of unaliving, plus 2 counts of felonious assault. Well, that was some serious unaliving. Yeah. Who did he unalive? Why is his charges so trumped up? Wouldn't you think that was more than one person?
They did bring him back and unalive him again.
Or are they charging him for what the lady did that was driving? Since he lived, they're going to charge him. I'm not understanding how this is legal. I'm not understanding how this is not drawing attention. Like I said, I know what he did, but looking at his charges, I'm not sure what he done. It's got to be something that they're not telling us, ladies and gentlemen. Right here, this leads you back to that witness account. The first 2 lines, Rodney Hinton Jr. was initially charged with 1 count of aggravated unaliving. Initially charged with 1 count. Larry Henderson was 1 officer, 1 person on duty that day. So that's justifiable for 1 count. Now the grand jury has indicted him on a second charge of aggravated unaliving and additional charges of murder plus 2 counts of felonious assault. I'm thinking if she was driving, they're switching it up and making it look like he was driving and she passed away as a result of his reckless driving, hitting this officer and crashing into this post. I think they're charging him with her passing as well. That's why they're not paying attention to who was driving. They're going to make sure that he was the driver, even if he wasn't the driver. And at this point, I have to question it. Who's going to post this stuff on Facebook, put their name out there, have accidents posted? Like, she had pictures. She was there. She tried to assist pulling them out. Saying after she realized there was nothing that she could do, they began to pray, And now he's charged with a second. I'm not understanding how you have so many unaliving charges. 2 counts of aggravated unaliving. And they went back and added the second charge of aggravated unaliving and felonious assault. How? How many people? He must have hit Biggie Smalls and he counted for 2 people. That right now, Biggie left here in 97. It couldn't have been Biggie. Who he hit? It couldn't have been Dink DeMoss. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just being stupid right now. I'm just cracking jokes. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Now, if she's got to pay for 2 airline seats, then that means she count for 2 people. So maybe if you hit somebody who was obese, they charge you for 2 people. I don't think the officer was obese. I'm still being funny right now because I can't figure this out. You're pretty savvy, my man, with law. What do you get from this? What do you get from this?
There had to be somebody else in the car.
And someone else had to pass away?
Somebody else had to pass away because it's just like we're committing a crime together. If you pass away, I'm going to get charged with your murder.
Why aren't they telling us this? They don't think that we're going to look at these charges and we're intelligent enough to figure this out? They don't think that we're familiar with their system? You know what I'm saying?
Obviously they don't. But it falls within witness accounts. If the lady said that he was on the passenger side and there was a driver in the car, then that pretty much coincides with what she said.
Listen, I have a public service announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, to all the race soldiers of the world, okay? To all the people in the criminal justice system, to all the fake public pretenders and judges and stuff, I have a public service announcement, okay? All I want to say on behalf of the people is, if you guys are going to go on record and believe the data and say that black people pack your jails the most, pack your prisons the most, we unalive each other the most, we're hostile, we're violent, we're all of this, right? right? Y'all even gave us a 13th Amendment. I said y'all could not enslave us unless it was for what? Unless we was convicted of a felony, incarcerated. We even went through mass incarceration. But what I'm saying is, we got experience with racism, we got experience with the system, and experience in being poor. Y'all cannot put this stuff in front of us and think that we don't know what these charges mean when some of us has worn these charges ourselves.
There you go.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Y'all don't think that we could break this stuff down? Like we ain't been at the jail and in prison and law books. We ain't had nothing better to do. We were locked up with people who had charges like this. You know what I'm saying?
Kind of better have them.
Right. Right. So y'all don't think we gonna look at these charges and say, hey, it's something they ain't telling us. This don't add up.
Yeah, it ain't.
2 counts.
So the math ain't math.
Right. Last I checked, 2 plus 2 was 4. 2 times 2 was 4. How you get 5? You know what I'm saying? How you get 5?
But you know, I go with your 5.
Bro, come on, man. Rodney Hinton Jr. was initially charged with 1 count of aggravated unaliving. That means there was someone else in that car. They were in critical condition. They were waiting to see if this person was going to make it or not before they upgraded that charge. That person reportedly died 2 days later. Now the grand jury has indicted him on a second charge of aggravated M-word and additional charges of the M-word, plus 2 counts of felonious assault. Now it really leads me to wonder if 2 people did lose their lives. We know about Deputy Larry Henderson. The 70-year-old lady didn't have any family members. Nobody spoke out. No camera crew, no funeral, no wake, no.
All thing she was good for was getting a man another charge.
I actually believe he's taking a rap for somebody, and I believe it was somebody in his family. So while they're mourning Ryan and grieving Rodney, I think that it was a trilogy. I think they were grieving the 70-something-year-old elder who passed away too. She had to be related to them because it was said that his family would not let him drive. They were with him that day. They made him leave his car there after they viewed that video of Ryan getting executed, his son getting executed. So I believe that was a family member, just a seasoned family member, an elder. You see what I'm saying? But they're not saying anything. But these charges are speaking loud. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all let me know what y'all think. I wear glasses. I cleaned them right before I came on here. And I know that's a Rodney Hinton Jr. was initially charged with 1 count. Like I say, 1 time. They charged him with 1 count, 1 time of aggravated unaliving. Now the grand jury has indicted him on a second charge of aggravated unaliving, additional charges of unaliving, plus 2 counts of felonious assault. I thought you only assaulted 1 person. Y'all make it make sense. Y'all know what to do, man. Put it in the comment box. You know, get your one-on-one. Get your one-on-one. Get your one-on-one with your higher power. Hey, this don't make no sense. This don't make no sense. It don't. Y'all stay prayed us, stay blessed us, stay meditated us, stay protected, stay real, stay conscious, stay uncut, be inspired, be great. And even from a distance, she says,
Be you.
Be you, ladies and gentlemen. Shay. Hey man, y'all call that prosecutor up there in Ohio, man, and y'all raise a little hell about these charges, man. Y'all raise a little hell. I'm calling. I know I am. I'm tattletelling. This ain't right.